Let's talk about the Biggoron Sword. The Biggoron Sword is a two-handed weapon, but it's also the strongest sword in the whole entire game. It's quite difficult to get hold of. You need to do a series of quests to be able to unlock it. In this Ocarina of Time guide, I'm going to tell you how to unlock this weapon. It will need a series of items to be able to do so, and songs needed to require to get you to teleport to certain locations. Let's go through the essentials. Firstly, you need to have unlocked Epona. If you've unlocked her from completing the quest at the farm, you'll be able to ride around in Hyrule Field with her by playing Epona's song to get her to come to your location. Epona is essential for this quest. You need her for a lot of the time travelling between areas in terms of getting from one space to another. There are some sections where you can't use songs for this quest, so you have to use Epona to complete these quests. Highly, highly important you unlock her. Blue Flame is needed to unfreeze King Zora. You can get this from the Ice Cavern for free, or you can buy it from the Zora shop downstairs. It's only just a unfreeze and there's no other reason for it. Though not entirely essential, I do recommend getting the free songs. You need the Nocturne of Shadow, you need the Bolero of Fire, and you need the Sun Song at the very minimum. The Hookshot Longshot is just needed to get onto the roof here. It's a bit of a time saver. Highly recommend. Again, another time saver. Magic beans can be used in the volcano to get you from the warp point to the top of the mountain. Let's start the quest. So first we're going to go to Kokiri village and talk to the Cucco lady, who gives you a pocket egg. The egg will hatch into a cuckoo, and now you need to use this cuckoo to go and wake someone up. A little extra tip here: if you wanted to make the egg hatch a little bit quicker, try using the sun song to make it daytime, and the cuckoo should just hatch immediately. Head into this house here and we can find the person who is very lazy, who needs to be woken up. It's Talon from the ranch, who got kicked out from the ranch previously. If you've already completed the Epona's quest, he'll tell you that he is actually quite happy to be going back to the ranch. Wake him up with the pocket cocoa. Let's head back to the Cuckoo lady, and she will reward you for giving such happiness to the pocket cuckoo that she rewards you with Cujiro, which is a special blue cuckoo that's owned by her brother. This is a bit of a confusing bit because it tells you about the family connection within Kakariko village. So the Cucco lady is related to the brother, the brother is the guy who was sat by the tree as a kid as you come through to Kakariko village. We need to go find him, and he is located in the Lost Woods. Though you could teleport to the Sacred Forest Meadow this way, I do recommend getting Epona at this point, because there will be a section where you needed to return to the Kakariko village really quickly. So let's saddle up Epona, get on her and go towards the forest area. As you pass over the bridge towards Kakariko Forest, you will actually hear Cujiro crowing, which is a bit of a hint that the owner is in the Lost Woods. Enter the Lost Woods and turn left immediately. You'll enter the room where you found the Skull Kid who you gave the Skull Mask to. Below where there was is where the brother is sat. He is right there, completely comatose at the moment. Use Cujiro to wake him up. Calling you a nice guy, he offers to trade Cujiro for some forest medicine. This forest medicine will not last very long and needs to be taken to the medicine lady in Kakariko village, which is why I said to saddle up Epona for this part. Turn around immediately, run as fast as you can back to Epona and get on her. Go to Kakariko village and we'll go to the medicine lady. This is another family connection section because he reveals that that's old hag is actually his mother. So they're all related, all the three of these, the Cucco lady, the brother and the mother is the potion lady, so all in Kakariko village. Depending on what time of day it is in Kakariko village, it's actually easier during the day to go through the medicine shop towards the medicine lady, or around the back of them, or the best way I find is actually to take the rooftop link via the Hookshot or the Longshot. I've got the Longshot here in this video, but either way it will work, and then you can just jump over to the other side of the building. Talk to the medicine lady first and she'll smell the mushrooms on you, which is odd. Then you can then offer her the forest mushroom and hopefully she'll give you some medicine in return. Doesn't have the greatest opinion of her own son. Calls him a fool, which is not very kind. Let's return to Epona, and then let's go back to the Lost Woods. Returning to the Lost Woods and going back to where the brother was, you get informed by a young fairy girl that he is no longer there, and he may have turned into a Stalfos. Stalfos. Everyone turns into a Stalfos in the forest. Ooh, creepy. Anyway, she wants you to give back the medicine, because it's forest medicine and it should be in the forest. She offers you a saw in return. He gives you the poacher's saw, which belongs to the carpenters. The carpenters that you saw previously as a kid around Kakariko village are now currently in the Gerudo area. Let's go saddle up Epona and go and check out if they're still there. If you haven't got this far yet, you may notice that the bridge is out of the fortress area. You can do two things. You can either use the Hookshot on the wood on the other side to go and link over to there, or the Longshot, or use Epona to jump over, which I think is the most cinematic and better looking version of doing so. Enjoy! See, wasn't that satisfying? Now let's talk to the head of the carpenters here and give him back his saw. Upon doing so, he reveals that the saw is in fact his, and he left it with his old lady, the old lady in the potion shop. So he's actually the father of the brother and the Cucco lady, and he's the wife of the medicine shop lady. Very, very confusing. He gives you the broken Biggoron Sword, so at least we're getting somewhere with this whole quest now. We've actually got part of the sword, but that definitely needs to be repaired. So let's go and head up to Biggoron on top of the mountain and see if we can get that all repaired. Oh, go on then. I'll let you see the Epona jump again. For this section, probably the quickest way to do it is to get the Bolero of Fire to go back into the volcano. If you don't have this already, you can just climb the mountain. I would also recommend leaving Epona at the bottom of Kakariko village, because we will need her in a little bit anyway, and it just saves a little bit of time doing this way. If you place the magic beans here, you can also save even more time by just using the teleport leaf to get up to the top of the mountain. Very good, very useful. Exit the volcano, immediately turn left, and you'll be greeted by Biggoron. He's huge, seriously. He's got a bit of a problem with his eyes at the moment, so he needs to get these looked into. Thankfully, he knows exactly what he needs. It's time to head to Zora's domain. Time to head through Zora's river. Put Epona in the section where you can face her towards the lake, basically, the best way I can describe it at the moment. Leave her there, go through to Zora's river. You can use the magic beans again if you planted those to sort of skip a little bit of that section to get you towards Zora's fountain. If you haven't already done so, unfreeze King Zora by using a blue flame, which you can find in the ice cavern, and then you can talk to him about the prescription, which will give you a frog, which you can go and take to the lakeside laboratory. Now this is a bit of a tricky section. It is a timed section, and you'll need to get onto Epona as quick as possible and get over to the lake. Jump in the waterfall, well, the ice waterfall is the quickest way, so rip to your legs and Link. Little time saving tip here, you can actually do the forward roll, which is a little bit quicker than running for Link. And it saves a little bit of time, but it's not a massive amount needed for this section. You can also use Epona from this point to go and jump over a few fences. There's a tiny fence on the way towards the lake, and there's two more literally just outside the entrance. You'll need to learn how to jump over these. Basically, just straighten the Epona up, use a carrot, and just jump over each one. So use a carrot just before you reach the fence and jump over that automatically. When you reach the laboratory, turn Epona around. Honestly, it will save you at least 5 seconds. It sounds like a minimal amount, but for this section you're going to need it. Talk to the Lakeside Laboratory guy. He's really creepy again. Lots of creepy guys in this whole section. He will want to eat the frog's eyes. Weird. But you actually tell him, no, it's not for that, it's for Biggoron's eye drops. So please can you make some eye drops? Which he does. Unfortunately, these eye drops do have a time limit, and they will expire if you don't get to that time limit. If you do expire, you have to go all the way back to Zora's domain to start off with the frogs from that point to come back to the Lakeside Laboratory. So we don't want to do that. So the only way you can do this is by getting an Epona. If you try and teleport at this point, the eye drops will just melt as soon as you get them into the volcano. So we need to tell Epona. Get on her straight away, go back towards Kakariko village, up the mountain manually, jumping over a few stops, and get to the top. You need to be as quick as you can to get through this section. The time limit is not very long, and it can be quite difficult getting through the mountain section as well. Especially when you've got to avoid the skeletites and the skulltellas that are on the wall as well. I recommend using the Hookshot to remove some of those, to try and give you a bit of an easy way and path back up the wall. If you made it in time, head over to Biggoron and give him the eye drops immediately. He should be relieved. And that's it, you've completed the quest. You now just have to wait 3 days for him to make the sword and he'll be able to make it for you. If you want to speed this up, use the Sun Song and it will speed up the days through. Play it 6 times and it will go through and then he'll be ready and produce the sword for you. And there we go, there's the Biggoron Sword. This sword is double the attack power of the Master Sword. Jump attacks do 4 times the attack power of the Master Sword. So really worth getting. Thanks for watching, guys. I will leave a link to the playlist of other Zelda Ocarina Time videos I've done and shorts. And I'll also leave the first video of the live stream I did on this game as well. I'll be doing some more live streams very soon. And thanks for watching. Bye bye now. Ciao for now.